Have you ever thought about why having less cash can sometimes feel like a never-ending struggle? Well, there is a reason for that. In this video, we're going to discuss the reasons why having a low income will have you spending more money than normal. Let's take a look into 7 reasons that contribute to this issue and how they create a cycle of poverty that can be hard to break. The first reason is a lack of good financial services. When it comes to traditional banking services, it's not always a level playing field. Individuals with lower incomes often find themselves on the sidelines, unable to access these services due to a lack of funds or credit history. This limited access to banking leaves you vulnerable to alternative financial services that cost a lot more money. Without a traditional banking setup, you might often resort to alternative financial services like check cashing stores or prepaid debit cards. Sure, they get the job done, but they come with fees. Fees for cashing a check, fees for loading money onto a card, fees for just about everything. It's like money is slipping through your fingers, one fee at a time, but it doesn't stop there. Think about check cashing services and payday loans that come with sky-high interest rates. When financial emergencies strike, and they inevitably do, the only lifeline might be a high-interest payday loan. This is a harsh reality for many people. That quick fix turns into a financial bind, spiraling into a cycle that's tough to break. A typical payday loan interest rate is about 400%. To compare, the average annual percentage rate for a credit card is around 24%. These alternative services can cost you hundreds of dollars each year. That's money you could have saved or used for other important expenses. The financial trap created by limited banking access stops you from breaking the cycle of poverty. It comes with missed opportunities, the extra costs, and the uphill battle for a better financial future. The second reason is a low credit score or a non-existent credit history. A credit score is not just a 3-digit number. It can open doors or slam them shut. It's a financial report that lenders use to predict how likely you are to repay debt. A higher credit score signals to lenders that you're a lower risk, which might lead to better interest rates on loans and credit cards. A low credit score shows the opposite. You're seen as a higher risk, and lenders may charge you higher interest rates to offset this risk. This means that loans and credit cards can become significantly more expensive, putting an even greater financial strain on you. It's not just about loans either. Landlords frequently check credit scores when considering rental applications. So securing a decent place to live becomes tougher. Your credit score also affects employment opportunities. Some employers run credit checks during the hiring process, linking creditworthiness to job eligibility. This practice limits the opportunities for jobs that pay good money. It's clear that a low credit score or the absence of credit history limits your access to the resources you need. Until your situation improves, you will spend more money over time. The third reason is not buying items in bulk. Bulk purchasing allows you to buy larger quantities that come with a lower per-unit cost. It's like when you buy a pack of 24 soda cans from a wholesale store instead of a single can from a convenience store. The total price is higher, but the cost per can is significantly less. To benefit from these savings, you first need to have enough money to afford the larger upfront cost. When you have a lower income, this isn't possible. You might only have enough to buy what you need for the day or the week, and not the month. This also causes you to make frequent trips to the store. So, while it seems contradictory, buying in smaller quantities can actually end up costing more in the long run. In addition, you also need space to store those products, which is a luxury not everyone can afford. So, even if you had the money to buy more, finding the proper space to store is another issue. From groceries to household supplies, having a low income means you end up spending more on daily necessities. It's a perfect example of how being poor can be expensive. The fourth reason is limited access to healthcare. In an ideal world, everyone would have access to quality healthcare. But in reality, this is far from the case. Without access to routine healthcare, you are forced into seeking medical attention only when the problem becomes unbearable. Emergency room visits become a last resort. The cost of prescription medication is another issue. Without proper healthcare coverage, you may resort to skipping doses, splitting pills, or stopping medications altogether to stretch your money. In addition, preventive measures like routine checkups, vaccinations, and screenings are often out of reach because of the costs. Every time you visit the doctor, you have to pay an upfront fee called a copay. This absence of preventive care can lead to the development of chronic conditions, further increasing healthcare expenses. Now let's not forget the indirect costs. Poor health often means missed workdays, reduced productivity, and in severe cases, the inability to work, further straining the financial situation. The ripple effect of limited healthcare access extends to the realm of mental health. Mental health services are often overlooked due to stigma or a lack of resources. The financial toll of untreated mental health conditions can be severe, affecting productivity, employability, and overall quality of life. Health conditions become financial burdens if you are already struggling to stay afloat. The extra cost of treating illnesses, coupled with the loss of income due to ill health, creates a perfect storm of financial distress. The fifth reason is increased transportation costs. When you're living on a tight budget, getting from point A to point B isn't always a simple task. Limited transportation options can be a significant hurdle if you don't have a lot of money. Owning a car comes with its own set of expenses: fuel, maintenance, and insurance. On the flip side, relying on public transportation can be both time-consuming and unpredictable, making it harder to hold down a steady job, attend school, or doctor appointments. And let's not forget about those who are forced to commute long distances because affordable housing isn't available near their workplaces. These transportation challenges aren't just inconvenient, they also have real cost implications. Time lost commuting can translate into lost wages or missed opportunities, and the constant wear and tear on a vehicle can lead to expensive repair bills. Limited transportation options can lead to higher costs and reduced opportunities. By breaking down the barriers that hinder transportation options, you have access to better opportunities, pursue higher-paying jobs, and ultimately build a more financially resilient future. The sixth reason is education barriers. Education is a fundamental stepping stone in shaping your future. The lack of education casts a long shadow, impacting not only your intellectual growth but also contributing to a cycle of financial strain. Limited access to quality education often means settling for lower-paying jobs. The more educated you are, the more likely you are to secure higher-paying jobs. Keep in mind this isn't always the case, but it does help to have a degree or trade. Vocational skills are invaluable in today's job market, offering cheaper alternative pathways compared to college. Still, there are plenty of challenges besides the cost of tuition. There is the opportunity cost of not earning income while studying. If you don't have family or friends to support you, it's harder to improve your situation. There are alternative education options and free resources for self-improvement. Online learning platforms, community programs, and scholarships can help overcome these barriers and improve your earning potential. The seventh reason is the limited hours in the day. This is a situation where you are so occupied with your daily routines that you don't have enough hours in the day to tackle essential tasks and make strategic decisions that could lead to financial stability. Imagine a single parent working 2 jobs. They likely don't have time to research the best prices for groceries or to prepare meals from scratch. As a result, they might resort to more expensive, convenient options like eating out. The same principle applies to financial decisions. When you don't have time, you may not have the opportunity to invest in yourself. Juggling multiple jobs or working irregular hours to make ends meet leaves you with limited time for self-improvement, skill development, or pursuing additional income streams. Essentially, you are trapped in a cycle of costly convenience, which can lead you to spend more money. Poverty is more expensive due to a range of factors. We've covered 7 key reasons today as to why it can cost more to be poor. But remember, understanding these challenges is the first step towards addressing them. There are strategies, resources, and community efforts aimed at alleviating these burdens and helping you use your money more effectively. Don't forget to check out our next video to build a richer life one dime at a time. Thanks for watching.